Sorry for shaking you around. Welcome back to Josh Does Life. Update video time. I'm doing an update today. I usually do them on Fridays. Sometimes I release multiple videos on Fridays depending on what else going on. But this Friday we're going on vacation. We're going to the mountains. If anybody's interested, I might do a quick video on that. I know it's not reef tank related, but some people might have an interest in it. Anyway, update on this tank. I have started the bacteria treatment for dinos, and I'm going that route for now. I haven't introduced, I forgot all about getting the wooden air stone in and doing the micro bubbles all through the tank. So I don't have that going yet. I've got to order that and a pump. But right now I'm doing the basically on the page that I tagged to another video that Reef Dudes had put out. Basically you start off, it said you want to do the bubble scrubbing, of course, but then you do Dr. Tim's Waste Away in combination with another like bacteria like Microbacter 7, which I'm using, or you can use another one. And then you also do vodka dosing. You do that for several days, and then after that you actually dose small amounts of hydrogen peroxide to the tank. So this is supposed to be completely safe for all the corals and things and all the inhabitants. So I'm trying this route. I just started it, was it Saturday or Sunday? I get all my days mixed up now. Too many things going on, of course. Life in general. I started Saturday or Sunday, and so far, I don't see really any change. It doesn't look like it's getting worse, but it doesn't look like it's getting better either. So I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing throughout this week, and when I get back from vacation, I should have the air pump in and the wooden bubble diffusers or whatever you call them. So I'll put those in the tank as well so I can start creating all the micro bubbles in it, and then continue with the other steps, and we'll see if we can get rid of the dinos that way. Let's see, other news. Oh yeah, my torch is completely gone. I hadn't broken the skeleton out of the tank yet, and I'll show you what it looks like. That really stinks. I really hate that. The torches are my favorite corals. I was wanting to do a torch rock, and my plan was to have 3 or 4 of them on the rock. So I've ordered 3 of them at $300 a piece, and I've lost all of them. Now, if you've been following along, one of them was my fault and I dropped it. So just cracked it up and killed it. Then the other 2, I am fairly certain died from the Dino X treatment. I don't know what else it could have been. I've got the other corals that I have in there. I added the chalice, I added the digitatas, I added another zoa. My other zoas are not opening back up. I don't know what's going on with that. So since the Dino X treatment, I've done a water change. I've tested all my parameters, which my alkalinity is dead on at 9. My calcium right now is 457, and with the recommendations I've got on magnesium, I actually raised it up a little bit. So I've got my magnesium up to 1400. So those are those parameters. The phosphates I have right now, I tested last night, and it was 0.07. and I haven't done a recent nitrate test, so I got to go back and do that, but I'll try to do that tonight. But everything else, I mean, salinity is at 35.5 is what the Apex is showing. pH, my pH according to the Neptune never goes above 8. The range that it shows is that throughout the day and night it fluctuates from 7.7 to 7.9. Now that's what it's showing, and I've recalibrated the probe. If you followed along, you know I'm on my 3rd probe in, you know, right over 6 months time, you know, just trying out different ones. I still get the same thing, so I don't know what the deal is with that. If I test the pH with the HANA checker that I have, or do I also have the Red Sea test, then I'm getting about 8.2 with both of those. So, you know, take that for what you will. You know, these are not lab grade test kits, none of them, even though the Neptune probe says it's lab grade pH probe. So I don't know. I know I'm somewhere in that range. I think I'm in a safe range regardless. So I know 7.7 and up is acceptable, all the way to, I believe, 8.4 is an acceptable range. Now I know you want it to be that close to that 8.3 as possible, but to be honest, I don't know what I have with 3 different tests. You know, 2 of them are showing 8.2, so we'll go with that, I guess. I don't know. I mainly just look at the Apex, but at the same time, I don't, unless it drops below 7.7, then I don't pay it a whole lot of attention. As long as it's over that, then I think I'm doing good. Because if it's showing 7.7 to 7.9, and during the time it's showing 7.9, my other test kits are showing 8.2. So, I mean, that would mean if I follow their test kits that my low point's probably 8, and then my high point's 8.2, and then, you know, it just depends on how you look at it. Let's see what else. The water box, the dynos in that is kind of doing something strange. So on that one, I was trying something different. Like with this method, it says to kind of stir the sand bed, but somebody told me that it's better not to stir the sand bed when you're treating dynos. So I don't know, you know, which necessarily is true, but on the water box, I left it alone. And the dynos have actually kind of, they look like they've turned into algae, and I don't know if that's necessarily possible or what exactly is going on, but I'll show you what that's looking like as well. I know I'm rambling on and going on about a lot of different things at one time, but kind of how I do things and talk about things. I get distracted easily and off subject, as you know. Let's take a look at this tank. So you can see the dynos, but they're just in the sand. They're not like, they got bad at one time, you know, and was stringy and snotty looking on top of the sand, and then had all the air bubbles in there. And it's not doing that, it's just patches like it was in the beginning. You can see I lost that Blasto. I think that other one's on the way out. The other ones up top, higher up, look like they're doing okay. But take a look at my Zoas. So the new ones there are open, and then that next one above it has a couple open. Looks like some are trying to open there, but I think on the, I think as far as the rest of them, they might just be dying. I think the Dino X might have killed them too, so I mean, it might be just chalked up to another casualty. There's the Digitatas. Mushrooms are fine. There's my, what was my torch. which sucks. Chalice, in my opinion, looks good. I've never had one before, but I guess it's doing fine. As long as it has its coloration, I guess. All right, but that is the 100 gallon. All the fish are doing fine, with the exception of, you know, my dream originally of having 3 purple tangs in here didn't pan out. Those 2 killed one. And then the 2 of them pick at each other at times to where they have little tears and nips in the back of their fins on some places. So that's another mistake. I probably should have just gone with 1. I would have been better off. I just, you know, it was a hope and dream to have 3 of them in this tank because I just thought it would really look cool and they're my favorite fish. But it's just not panning out very well that way. So I might even try to catch one of them if I can. It's almost impossible to catch them. I might try to anyway and move one over to the water box for now, even though it's smaller. Maybe it'll be better off. All right, let's go take a look at that tank. Okay, so the water box. With it, all the corals look healthy and look like they're doing fine to me. Sorry for my reflection. Back there we have the clam. We have those zoas, those Illuminati zoas. Digitatas up top. Have 1 blasto there, 1 little zoa colony, and then have my son's torch. Candy canes, and then that stylo, which the stylo looks like it's bleaching out. I don't know if it's just because of the location or what's going on with that one. It might be the only one that's kind of struggling. I have some more zoas at the bottom and then right there. But then take a look at this. This is what I was talking about with the dinos. So it really, I mean, it looks like almost brown hair algae, but I don't really see any bubbles in it, and it doesn't look snotty like the other tank. And then there's little portions of it that, if I don't know how well you can tell with this filter on, they're actually green. So that's all green right there in this little area. It's green color, and then there's a dark green spot, and then back over here is a little like reddish patch, and over here. So I mean, it looked like for sure dinos, and I'm doing the bacteria treatment with this tank as well, but I don't know if it's, I was pretty certain that's what it was, but I don't know if it's kind of turned into something else, or if that's still dinos that can turn like green in different colors. So of course, let me know any thoughts that you have on that. I mean, I'm just not sure. I guess if I continue on with this battle and dealing with them, then I need to invest in a microscope, huh? It might be something that I do. Sorry, the glass is so dirty, I hadn't cleaned it. But anyway, everything else in the tank is doing well. So as long as everything else is healthy, I'm okay with it. And if this is dinos, I mean, I don't see it anywhere on the rocks. So, you know, whatever it is, if it just stays down the sand bed for now, I'm good. And I'm not going to try to treat it aggressively or anything, because like I said, I don't want to risk any more corals. Also, I didn't point out that mushroom back there. But anyway, that'll wrap up this video. I appreciate anybody that takes time to watch my videos. You know, hopefully you get something out of them or enjoy them. If you would, make sure you please hit the thumbs up on all of them. Really help me grow the channel, and subscribe if you hadn't already. Thanks again.